Okay, today we're going to do an ab circuit. It's going to be 2 sets plus a third set of planks. So we're going to do 30-second rotating planks. We're going to do 30-second hold bird dogs twice on each side. Then we're going to go into bicycles, flutter kicks, Russian twist, iron cross, or what some people call windshield wipers, side V-ups, and then we'll finish with swimmers. And we're going to do 10 reps of each of those exercises. Swimmers included, 10 reps on each side, and then we'll run again through that set a second time, and then we'll finish with a third set of planks. So, without further ado, let me set my stopwatch so that I can make sure that we're actually trying to get close to the 30-second holds. And then again, we're going to start with planks. So, you can do planks high, or you can do them on your elbows. Try to keep your back flat. Now we're going to rotate to a side plank, right or left, whatever one you want. As you can see, and I'll switch so you can see this at a different angle. If this is too difficult for you, bring this knee down, that foot straight out. If it's not, go into the side plank. Okay, we're going to switch. I'm going to take a second switch so you can see the side plank a little better. Again, if this is difficult, drop that bottom leg down like that. You're still going to get a benefit out of it. Otherwise, hop yourself back up into the side plank. From here, we're going to go into bird dogs. All right, from this point, bird dogs. So bird dog, you're in a tabletop position, lifting alternate arm and leg in the air and hold. Trying to keep that back flat, stiffen that core. Make sure to breathe, stiffen that core. If this gets hard at any time, just drop the arm or the leg or both, and then hop back up and do it whatever you can to get the rest of that 30 seconds. Here we are, we're going to switch sides. You want to try to get that shoulder and wrist in alignment. Same thing on the plank. Try to keep that back flat. Keep that core squeezed in tight. And we're going to switch again to the other side. There you go. And finally, switch one more time to the other side on the bird dogs. Again, make sure that back is flat. Pull in your core. From here, we're going to go into bicycles. 10 on each side. A lot of people like to run through those as quick as they can. Try to slow them down a little bit. It's not a race to see if you can get the reps in. It's trying to strengthen that core. There we go. Let's stop. Again. We're going into bicycles. So normally I'd keep my feet up, but if you can't, keep your feet flat. We will boom, boom, That's the slow version. That's kind of what we want to do. For those of you that have a little bit better ab strength, you want to hold your feet up a little all through it. So let's go. 10 on each side. For those of you that's difficult, just do this. Next on our list, flutter kicks. So flutter kicks, I usually tell people to put their hands back under their butt. Put your legs in the air. 10 on each side. If you can, keep your head raised off the mat. If not, lay it down. And I don't know if that's 10 or not. It's probably a lot more. That's fine. Next, we're going to do is Russian twist. This one, you can have a weight in your hand or not. If you can bring your feet off the ground, do so. This is what we're going to do. And the Russian twist, always look ahead. Don't follow, don't watch as you're twisting. That puts undue strain on the neck, and we don't want that. So, here we go, 10 on each side. Alright, from Russian twist, we're going into iron cross, or what most people know as a windshield wiper. Except in the iron cross, you're going to start out with your feet raised off the ground. You're going to come up, hold for a brief second, down, obviously arms out to your side, back up, hold, down, hold, back up, hold, and then back down to hold. The finish is 1 rep. This is a little bit harder ab exercise than the windshield wiper where you're just wiping back and forth. There's a hold, a brief hold at each one of the spots. You start with your feet off the floor. So at any time you get tired, you need to put your feet on the floor. Do so, take a quick second, and come right back at it. We're going to do 10 of those. So, arms out to your sides. Raise your feet, up, hold, down, feet off the floor, hold, back to the top, hold, back down to the other side, trying to keep your hands and shoulders flat, back to the top, hold again, then back down. That's 1. 10 of these. Again, you're trying to keep your shoulders flat and your hands flat on the floor as you twist to the sides. Your knees are going to have a slight bend in them. As you can see, mine have a bend in them. For some people, this may be easier to bend them this far and straighten them out. Whatever is most comfortable for you at this time. Again, if you ever need a break, just put your feet flat on the floor, take a few seconds, take that break. If you don't, keep it rolling. The tendency as you get closer to the end is to want to rush through this to get the reps in. Don't. Put your feet down, take a quick second, go back at it. To get the most benefit out of this is nice and slow and controlled reps. 2 more. Come on. Last one. There you go. Iron crosses. So side V-ups are the next one on our list. So a side V-up, if you've never done a side V-up, they can be done several ways. So for me, I do them like this. If you're a beginner, you can do them like this. If balance is an issue, take this arm, slide it out in front of you, and do them like this. We're going to do 10 on each side. Here we go. 10. And then we're going to switch. Again, if these are hard, lay that arm out. Only do one leg. The better, the stronger you get, the easier these become. Then you can modify them up to these. As you can see, I'm trying to keep my legs just off the floor as they come back down, but if you need to drop them, do so. All right, so the final one that we're going to do is swimmers, and then we're going to run through that set again. So, swimmers. So swimmer, you're going to lay down, and you're going to lift up. Opposite arm, opposite leg. We're going to hold. So listen to me on the switches here. So this from the side real quick. So again, opposite arm, opposite leg. So try to get a better spot so you can see this. We're going to do 10 on each side. Listen to my switch signal. I'll say switch. And here we go. Lift. Switch. Switch.
Something amazing?
Switch.
Discover matches all the cash back
Switch.
on your credit card at the end of your first year. Automatically.
Switch.
$1 per dollar. No limit on how much you can earn.
Switch.
For cash? Come on, how amazing is that?
Switch.
In fact, it's even more amazing when you realize all the places where Discover
Switch.
is accepted. 99% of places in the
hands under your butt. We're going into flutter kicks. So now, this is the easy version. We did that last time. For those of you that want the harder version, you can hold a weight over your head like this, and then go. 10 on each side. And I always end up doing a few more of those because, I don't know, I lose count. If I ever lose count, I end up doing more reps, not less. So we're going to come into Russian twist again. Remember, on Russian twist, keep your head facing forward. Feet up or down if you're not comfortable having them up. Here we go, 10 on each side. There we go. Now, iron cross. This is the one that's going to take a few seconds to do. So make sure you get yourself set. When you need to take a break on it, just set your feet down. Try to keep a nice, methodical pace with this exercise. So, lift your feet. Here we go. Again, remember, trying to keep that shoulders and hands flat on the floor. If you can't get that deep and you can only go to here, then only go to there. Again, if you get tired, set them feet on the floor for a quick few seconds, then go right back at it. At that halfway point. Come on, 2 more. One more. All righty, good job. Next, side V-ups. Again, do these to where your ability level's at this point in time. 10 on each side. Here we go. I'm not pulling my head up to my knees. Not pulling the head to the knees. Hands barely, fingers are barely touching the back of my head. Never want to pull on your head during any of these exercises. And 10 on this side, here we go. So I'm basically just a crunch action, just a crunch action. And finally, we're going to finish with swimmers. Again, go with my cadence on these. We're going to do 10 on each side. I'll say switch, and we'll switch. Ready? And there we go. Opposite hand, opposite leg. And up. Switch. 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 Try not to twist to your side too much. Switch. Should be straight up, straight down. Switch. 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 Halfway there. Switch. 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 Two more. Come on, two more sets. Switch. Switch. Final set. Switch. And done. Let's go into the Cobra. Stretch that low back out. Swimmers work that low back. Low back is part of the core. It's one of the things a lot of people miss when they're doing ab work. Slide back into child's pose. Alrighty. Now to finish this routine, we got one set of rotating planks. So, one set of rotating planks, another minute and a half here, and we'll be done. So, let's get this thing set up and go. Remember, keep that back flat, shoulders and elbows in line. If you're more comfortable up here, then come up here with it, but make sure you're keeping that back flat. We're going to get ready to switch to the side plank and rotate. And rotate. Last 30 seconds here. Stop. We're going to go down into child's pose. Sit back into child's pose. Try to relax. Walk your hands back into kneeling pose. Thank you for coming today and doing the ab routine with me. Have a great day. See you the next time.